Hey flower friends, Luann from EveryStem here. I am excited about showing you our newest feature. It's called the Library Item Updates feature, and I'm going to show you exactly how it's going to help your business. If you want a refresher on how this is going to work, you can go to your dashboard and you can click on the little hint button right next to the Library Item Updates button. That's the new button you're going to be using to automate the software to copy item updated information from the library into your events. So you'll see at the top it says Library Item Updates, and it's got a little bit of information about how this works. Below that is the consolidated export information. If you're not using that feature, I highly recommend you check it out. So we're going to start with two events that we've got here. We've got Jen's Birthday Bash and we've got a new Kendra Scott store opening that are both coming up later this year. One's later in August, one's in September. Now, I know that for these events, I've started my recipes. So let's take a look at Jen's Birthday Bash recipes. We've got some mood moss. I was estimating that this mood moss was going to cost me $35 a bunch. That was based on my last purchase. But I've realized that it's now going to go up to $40 a bunch, along with the sheet moss. My peach tulips are going to be a little bit more expensive. They're going up to $2.50 a stem. And I've realized that with my butterfly ranunculus here, I was pricing them by the stem, but I think it would be better to start pricing them by the bunch at $25 a bunch because I'm not always getting exactly 10 stems, but they do have a lot of blooms on each stem. So I think it would be better for me personally to start ordering them that way. So if I make some of these pricing and information changes to these flowers in my library, I can go ahead and update them automatically into not only this event, but I can also automatically update them into my upcoming Kendra Scott store opening event because I'm going to be using a lot of the same flowers for that event as well. So I'm going to go over to the library. And what I did was I went ahead and updated the pricing in the library. So you'll see that my mood moss is now at $40. I've also added my vendor name of supplies so I can make sure that when I go to order all my supplies from my wholesaler where I get my moss, I'll also remember to order this mood moss. I've changed the price of the sheet moss as well. And the way to do that is just to click the edit item button and adjust the price here. So now that I've updated these prices, I've done it for my tulips and for my butterfly ranunculus. We're going to go ahead and take a look at my yellow butterfly ranunculus. I went ahead and changed that to $25 for a bunch. Now, I can do that for all my other items later, but because I'm going to be planning to order the flowers for these two events, I just wanted to start with the yellow butterfly ranunculus for right now. Now I'm going to go ahead, since I've updated my library with the information and the new wholesale prices, I can go ahead and go to my dashboard and click on each of the events that I've selected that I want to update my pricing and my item information from the library. Then I'll go ahead and click the Library Item Updates button. And you're going to see here that there's a warning because, as I mentioned, I'm going to be changing my butterfly ranunculus from stem to bunch. So it's really important that I note that I need to adjust my recipe quantities accordingly. Anything that's in there as a single stem right now is going to be considered a full bunch. So one stem is going to become one bunch. So I'm going to need to go into these recipes and make some changes. So if I was doing 5 stems, I'm going to have to do 0.5 of a bunch going forward. If you're changing the pricing only on items, this warning will obviously not appear. But I just wanted you all to see that so you can be aware of which flowers might be changing if you've adjusted them in your library from stem to bunch or vice versa. And make sure that you're taking note of your items and adjusting your recipes in that case. So we're going to go ahead and click confirm. And now we can see that we've gotten an item complete or an update complete notification. These two events, Jen's Birthday Bash and my Kendra Scott store opening events, have been updated with the new pricing and the information that I put into my library. Those items are updated because they have the exact same name as the items in the library. So if you want to update your events, make sure you're keeping a clean library and that you're using flowers and hard goods with the exact same name so that you're able to use this feature. Let's go ahead and click on the birthday bash. And we're going to see now that our mood moss has been raised to $40 at a wholesale price. And we're going to see that our sheet moss has also been raised. The peach tulip is now $2.50. And we're going to go ahead and see that our butterfly ranunculus are now by the bunch. So it's telling me that I need to order 20 bunches. So I need to go in and make that adjustment. I'll go ahead and go over to my birthday recipes and I'll scroll down to my ranunculus and I'll see that where I had 20 stems, I now have 20 bunches. So I need to change that to just 2 bunches. So that's one thing you'll want to be sure of if you make those changes. If you're just changing the pricing, you'll see that all of the pricing also gets automatically updated. So right now I'm a little bit over budget on my first recipe here. I'm going to have to go ahead and adjust this recipe so that I'm within my profit margin goal for this recipe. Updating the items is really simple in the library, and then all you need to do is go over to your dashboard, choose the events that you want to select to update the pricing. You can do as many as you want, and then click that library item update button. If you all have any questions about how to use this new amazing feature that's going to save you all hours and hours of time, just let me know. I hope you have a great day, and thanks for being a member of EveryStem.